Okay, everyone. So, this is the end of the first day of school for the district that I work in. And so, because I support multiple schools, I was able to go to schools, 4 different schools for the first day of school. A few observations that I have made. One, it was a great day overall. Children were happy. Most parents were happy. Teachers were happy. All of the above. I will say that those who were not happy, for most of those who was not happy, it was the parents' fault. It was the parents' fault. So there are a few things that you can do, parents, to keep yourselves from being frustrated with the schools. One, you can make sure that the school has your correct contact information. So your correct email address, your correct phone number, and make sure that they have that information for more than one person. So that's one thing. Two, it's too late for those who have started school, but if your child has not started school, please complete the registration in advance. Complete the registration in advance. Do everything that needs to be done. If you have not received information about open house, look for information about open house. Contact the school regarding information about open house. If you do not know your child's teacher's name, find that out in advance. For some schools, I will say they don't have that available until the first day, but you need to verify whether or not they have a teacher for your child in advance. Real important, real important. The first day of school, we want to make sure that we greet your child with a smile and that they feel welcomed. We want to make sure that they eat lunch. We don't want anyone going home and saying they didn't eat lunch. And we want to make sure that we get them home safely. Okay? So sometimes things happen and it is the fault of the school if they don't get home. Not safely, but if they don't get home as expected or on time or whatever. So sometimes that is the school's fault. But oftentimes that is because parents have not communicated effectively in advance. For example, if your child is going to be a car rider for the first 3 days and then they're going to be a bus rider, you need to make sure that is clear. If you need a car rider number, that you have that number. Really important. If your baby is a bus rider, like your kindergartner, first grade, or your pre-K student is a bus rider, you need to make sure that you are there when the bus is scheduled to arrive. And you need to wait until the bus arrives, even if it's late, because they're supposed to drop your child off with an adult. Okay? So if that doesn't happen, then that is the bus driver's fault, but you need to make sure that you are there, or they will be returned to the school. They should be returned to the school. The other thing is car rider line. So pack your patience. The first week or so, the car rider line is going to be busy. One, because there's often a lot more car riders because parents want to pick their children up at first. And then two, it's going to be more crowded because of COVID. And so while we're sending our children to school, sometimes some people may not be comfortable with putting them on the bus. Okay? Pack your patience. I just spent the past hour standing in the sun, which is why I had to take off my jacket when I got in the car, which is why I look really sweaty, because I am, which is why I have a tan on my feet, because it's really hot outside. But pack your patience. Please do not get out of your car and say, I need to get my child. So does everyone else in this line. Please plan in advance. Don't say, I need to get back to work. There are several people that may need to get back to work. Please also do not, it's not a time to be deceitful. Like I had a person today say, I'm fine with waiting. I parked because I want to go in and use the restroom. Well, they came out with their child. Then if something happens to your child, you're frustrated. You're saying the school gave my child the wrong person, gave my child to the wrong person. Just be patient, all right? Honestly, for those of you who are saying for the first few days I'm going to do car rider, it might be it might just be better to go ahead and put them on the bus and go ahead and start that routine. So much that I could say about the first day, but I will say pack your patience, be kind, have grace with everyone. And then, if you have not communicated your expectations around mask wearing for your child, and that's for those who are in counties where they don't have to wear masks, they're optional. If you have not clearly communicated the expectation for your child around mask wearing, then you need to do that today. Do that today. Do not assume, oh, my child knows this, my child knows that. Please don't make any assumptions. You need to clearly communicate the expectations for your child around mask wearing, around anything having to do with school. And the one more thing I will say, it is okay if children have to get adjusted. For example, we have a 4th grader, but the last time he was actually in a school building, he was a 2nd grader. So in some ways, while he's in 4th grade, when he returns to the school building because he hasn't been in that setting, he may display 2nd grade behaviors. So it may take a little bit longer for your children to adjust. If you have a 2nd grader, they haven't been in school since kindergarten, then it may take a little bit longer for them to adjust. So have grace, and let's try to enjoy the time together. But please, 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 everyone, let's just be careful. Be careful. I'm going to encourage you, because I work in schools, to have your children to wear masks. Please have your children to wear masks. There are things in place to protect them, but the mask is definitely an added layer of protection. So I think I've been in the car long enough to cool off from car rider duty. Just wanted to share some observations that I made about today. Overall, it was a really great day. If I said anything that did not make sense, remember that I just spent at least an hour standing outside in car rider duty. Do something fun this evening. Talk to your children about how their day went. Do not allow them to just say good. Ask them what was good about it. What are they looking forward to tomorrow? Don't allow them to give you one-word answers. Give them ice cream or dessert or something that they like. All right? Have a good evening. See you all soon.